Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another Final Fantasy VFX's video, and once again I gotta go through the units myself because it appears that the guy who does the wiki isn't really feeling it much longer. So I have to do everything myself. Not that that's really a bad thing, but it just takes longer. I don't have a lot of time in the morning. That's why the wiki pages are so good, because I could quickly look at them and jot down what I need to do. So I need to ask so many things, and I can kind of get nowadays and get what most of these things are, but alright, well, we'll get into it. Okay, so his STMR is quite good, only for males only, so no Regina, because Regina would have loved this, and I think they did that on purpose so that Regina couldn't use this. 150% magic TDH, obviously much better than Aerith's now. But it's only restricted only males. And so yeah, so his TMR is good for him only because it gives him 500 flat attack or 500 flat magic. So you would want to equip both his TMR and STMR pretty much. Both sides. He has 160% light and peril on a cooldown, not on an SLB. So this is different. This is different at least. He has a store magic on a cooldown. He has killer passives. He has 200% magic TDH. He would have 350 with his STMR, still doing 50 though. And has 500% cap, so yeah, there's that. 200% LB damage passive. In the base form, all I could really find that was interesting or different from the Brave Shift form was 160% human killer for all allies on a Grandis ability, so that's not on a cooldown that's tied to EX3 or anything like that. Good. His base LB is not even worth mentioning, that's why I didn't put it. And the Brave Shift is he has a 200 times 27 hit, 87% defense, 88% spirit break, 145% light and peril. And nothing really much else because his base form and Brave Shift form are almost the same, besides the LBs. And maybe some stats here and there. But other than that, he really isn't doing very much besides using his cooldown. And that's really sad. It is nice that his 160% imperils on a cooldown, but then at the same time there's really nothing else going on with Kuja really. So that's unfortunate. So there's a lot of cons, and usually there isn't this many, but his LB mods are pretty low. Like 200 times, really? 200 times isn't that much. That's pretty bad. He's not gonna be doing a lot of damage. He's just basically useful for the light and peril, and really not much else. And yeah, like don't expect his damage to be very high or anything special. It is disappointing. The only thing that I like is that his 160% light and peril is on a cooldown, so that you don't need to go to EX3 to get the 160%. So that's the only good thing so far. And his fire chaining is on group 4 and not on 16. And his base LB is 24 hits. Why? I don't know. I don't understand that. It's useless. Anyone that's chaining nowadays, and an LB is only 27 hits. And depending on the delay, of course, there's been a few that have been delayed, unfortunately. And so the only positive thing I can say is that for the first turn, you could do like a light build for Regina, but then after that, like you wouldn't benefit much from. You could do like a light build, and you could help out with the 27 hit thing that Regina gives, but then you wouldn't, like, that's not her 3-hit move. Regina's 3-hit move thing isn't her best move. You can boost it up to be pretty strong, but obviously her strongest move is that other cooldown. So this doesn't even help her much at all, because if this was 160% ice and peril on a cooldown, then yeah, you'd probably this would be best friends with Regina. But other than that, I don't like. The only positive thing is the cooldown. Nothing else. He'll help out a little bit with damage. He will obviously help out Knights of Grandshot and Kane. But other than that, who's he helping out? Not much. I can't see what else he would be helping out with. So with that being said, I'm just gonna give him an 8 out of 10. decently strong, nothing to write home about, but I know people were expecting me to be a lot stronger, but come on, we just had Regina, so you can't really expect to see a strong mage again after just seeing how strong Regina is. So this guy is basically a light EXE, and that's it. So with that being said, let's move on to Garnet or Dagger. We have Determined Dagger here with a good S TMR for Final Fantasy 9 units. Obviously this would be best in slot for Kuja. So basically he would get 1,000 flat magic from his own TMR and also from this S TMR. So I see how they did it. I see what they did here. You gotta pull for both in order to make Kuja decent, right? Alright, so here we have both sides. She has a 250 times and also a 60 times LB mod for certain characters. Sadly, it looks like Kuja is not in that list. I don't really know why, but a lot of characters are in that list, but not Kuja. Although I can't tell you all the characters on the list, sadly. A lot of light, she has a lot of healing and mitigation songs, and also light and lightning 50% amp field in both sides. And also on both sides she does have the basic healing kit, raise, re-raise, healing, and I believe a dispel, and also mitigations, the shell and protect. Of course she had that in the game, so of course she would have that here. The base form is a 30 times LB mod for evokers. Why this exists, I don't know. When we have Yuna, who I believe does the same thing. We just got Yuna for free, so I don't get it. 300% Spirit True Shield build, and the reason why there isn't much in their base form is because both sides have basically the same cooldowns. Not basically, they both have the same cooldowns. That's why it's not okay. So the Brave Shift form has 200% LB damage passive, 500% cap, 400% magic in Spirit TH. That's a good direction to go in. But the bad thing is that her LB is really bad. 90 times, and it would only be 120 times with her base LB and then her Brave Shift LB. Like, that's really bad. We don't care anymore if you can go for, like, back then going through mitigation on bosses was insane and really strong, but nowadays the bosses don't do mitigation all the time and stuff like that, so it's not that big of a deal. 90 times, 120 times, and maybe even more if Yuna's S TMR stacks or works with hers, then it would be a little bit better, but still not that good. So yeah, the Brave Shift LB mods are low. 90 times and evokers are not just, it's just still not really that powerful. Chaining mods are laughably bad. She has chaining mods. I didn't even mention them until just now. She has some chaining, but yeah, just no. Songs in 2022, we got to sing for several, I think 2 turns for some of them. No. And just really just basically useful for the field that she provides, which is power creeping the premium Fina. 50% lightning and light amp field is insane, actually. Baron would love that. Cog would love that. Kane would obviously love that. Actually, Kane would love that on both sides. That's a unique circumstance. Kane would love that, actually. That's a very interesting circumstance. I didn't think of that until just now. He has light and lightning elements, and she has the same. So yeah, if you're still using Kane, this will help him out. It'll still help him out a lot, for sure. But other than that, I don't like. I would have to know all the characters that she's modding, boosting LBs for. I know one of them is Zidane, and Zidane did get a crown buff. He doesn't seem to be that much stronger, sadly. He doesn't seem to be that much more impressive. And his S tier only got upgraded to have this. It's still the same thing, but it's just longer, more turns. So not really that impressive either. Okay, so let's get with the score. Sadly, I don't think unless these songs are not holding her down, like, I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. Like, we don't have, like, people have to be doing things pretty much every turn almost. Unless you're some teams don't have anything to do. Like, for example, the elemental breakers, they don't have much to do until their SLB turns, so that's a thing. But She's decent, but not amazing. Just decent. So I'm gonna go ahead and give her an 8.5. Can't get the 9 because I don't know. The LB thing I'm not sure about. There's a long list, but of course I don't know all of them. But it is interesting to see that she'll boost up mods at least for many things. So that's that, guys. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Appreciate you. If you appreciate my hard work, waking up very early in the morning to try to do this together, put this together for you guys, please leave a like on the video. Please subscribe. If you want to support the channel further, click the join button or click the thank you button. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.